Hi, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. How are you guys doing? Good evening, guys. Good evening, everyone. How are you all doing?
Good evening.
Good
Good
evening. We're
evening,
doing
Dr.
well.
Good
Raj.
evening.
Good
Good
Thank you for
evening.
afternoon.
How are you
asking.
doing?
Good
Good
evening.
evening, ma'am.
Good evening,
Hey,
Good
guys.
guys.
evening, good evening.
Hello, guys. How are you all doing?
All well, great.
Pretty
Thank
well,
you.
thanks.
Good.
Good to see you back. Some of you are familiar. We have close to 61 students in the class. Right now, we have what, 19 clocked in? Let's wait for 4 more minutes and then start the session. Um, yes, I have someone unmuted. Yeah, how may I help you, sir? Humaira, how may I help you? Your mic is unmuted. Okay. Um,
I'm good. Thank you. Yeah, all good. Good to see
good
you.
to, same here. Good to see you, my dear. Okay, guys, I'll just share the agenda of today's class. Okay. Number one, this is your research class. It's a mandatory class that we progress with. And we are going to have huge numbers in this classroom. Now, there is a reason that we have clubbed students in this classroom. Number one is the curriculum. The curriculum is planned in such a way that all of you will be able to navigate research aspects on your own without any support. Okay, so that is something that I take the ownership on. All I need you all to do is follow the instructions. Now, I know that most of you have a lot of doubts with reference to research. We will be addressing it across the classes that we would be having. We have a different approach than your regular modules for research. It being an alien to most of you, not all of you, we are going to approach it in a very logical and a practical approach. Now, guys, I am the go-to faculty for research across partners. I'll tell you why. I have close to 96.5% of submission rate of students. Now, to get that level of submission rate for a subject that students are not aware of, in an area that they're not aware of, talks about the way I involve the students. Now, for ensuring that all of you are involved into the classrooms, it's very important that you completely surrender to how I teach what I teach in the classroom. Please note, right now, I'm the subject matter expert with reference to research, especially the guidelines of research with UCAM University. Now, there will be, scenarios where I'm going to place the non-negotiable rules. There will be scenarios where we will be having a lot of negotiable aspects. Now, having a clear expectation setting is going to make our lives very easy. Okay? It is like me trying to teach you all to drive. Okay, I know that you guys are not aware, you guys are skeptical, some of you are overwhelmed, but remember, if I let your fear take over, it's going to not go anywhere. Okay, so I want all of you to trust in me, go easy on yourself. Okay, there are certain doubts that you will be getting as and when we progress. Please note, I would be stating that I will be addressing it in the future. That means the doubt is going to be a part of explanation in the future classes. That means if I explain the doubt right now in that class, you will lose the meaning of it later. Okay, and yes, there is no mandatory rule with reference to your title approval. Okay, now title approval is a practice that we have in research module. Now, the title is the first step of the entire research. In fact, all of us are going to work on it today. Now, title approach, approval process is a good practice. Now, as a goodwill, I'm willing to approve titles until class number 4. I repeat, I'm willing to approve titles until class number 4. After class number 4, I would not be approving any title. However, I have taken up the responsibility to ensure that you understand the topic, the ways to create the title, the ways to assess and to draft a title. Now, if you still come back with emails, WhatsApp messages or calls asking me to approve title after class number 4, it would not happen. Why? Because there is going to be 40 to 50 plus students who have already worked on the title in the time limit of class 4 in the classroom. So I would at no point jeopardize their hard work and disrespect their attention to detail. So please note, we will be working on the title in the first 4 classes. And yes, I don't need reminders. I will be doing it diligently. You will be able to see it as and when I approve. Now, again, as I told you, there is no mandatory requirement. It is just a goodwill. I feel that it is something that you should have a clarity on. Okay, and I'm going to give you a lot of insights throughout the sessions. You're all allowed to raise doubts, ask me questions. Now, some of you might be really upset. Some of you might be, asking a lot of questions. Please note, guys, this is a group session. All of us have different understanding. All of us have different approach to understanding certain topics. So we are going to be completely empathetic, understanding of the person who's going to ask doubts. Okay. Now, doubts are not allowed all through the classroom. The reason is we're going to have a lot of doubts because it's an unknown process. However, it's very important that we keep up with the class content. So we're going to limit the doubt asking, timeline for maybe 5 to 10 minutes before the class and maybe 30 minutes after the first 2 hours of the classroom. Okay, now can you all tell me quickly, how many of you have been with me in the modules, in a regular module in the past? How many of you have been with me in the module, in a regular module in the classroom?
I did.
Well,
I
Ms. Rajeshri, this is the first module with you.
Noted, sir. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay. Noted on the first module. Okay. Hi, Mohammed. Okay, noted. Bilal, good to know. Okay. First one. Okay. 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 The mandatory requirement with reference to the research module is you complete 5 modules and the module should be evaluated. Is that the scenario with all of you? 5 to 6 modules? All of you have completed 5 to 6 modules?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. 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 Okay. For those of you who do not know me, I am Rajshri. I am the Associate Head of MBA Programs. I am the Program Head for all the MBA programs executed by Exceed College. I've been with Exceed College for almost 5 years now. I just completed the 5-year anniversary. It's always a pleasure. My students are very clear with the way I articulate my learning. That is the reason that I asked how many of you belong to my prior classroom. So yes, guys. Now, there is a certain format I follow with my classes. Now, even in research or in a regular module, I would not teach you context and content right away. I'll teach you how to think and you're going to do the thinking and work forward. Okay, thank you guys for the congratulations in the chat box. So yes, please note that it is a research module. All of you are going to have your own research topic. Do not unmute and start talking about your research topic. The reason is there are 60 plus students. All of us are going to have different topic and we cannot spend time talking about the research topic. However, please note, I'm going to teach you how to think into deriving a proper research topic. That is completely my responsibility. Consider me as a guide, a tour guide that you are going to follow for the next 8 classes into a place that you have never been before. Okay. How many of you have done research in the past, guys? How many of you have done research, participated? Good to know, Yara. Anyone else? Good to know, Jahangir. No one else?
Research in what sense? In the sense of driving a dissertation, or as in during the past classes, for example?
Research as such, working on a project paper, anything that you have done in your bachelor's or master's otherwise.
Oh,
Okay. Uncharted territory, that's a beautiful word. Okay, good to know. Good to know, Simon. Okay, now, okay, give me a moment. I want to share something with you guys. We will be working on an Excel, okay, Google spreadsheet very extensively, guys. Okay, how many of you have used Google spreadsheets in the past? All of us, we do use at our places of work, right? Now I'm going to show you a sample of a spreadsheet that I had worked on in the recent time. Give me a moment. Okay. Okay, this was my January batch of UCAM research methodology students, and I'm just going to pan out. I'm not asking you to look at the content of it. I want you all to see the amount of drafting that the students work in my classroom. Okay, now we are going to construct a similar document in the classroom from today. Okay, can you all see the screen? Okay, this particular document has been constructed in a time span of 8 classes.
Ms. Rajeshri, the screen is not visible to us.
Yes, I am not sharing the content of it. I just want you to see the vastness. Can you all see the document though? The Excel sheet?
It's just blank.
No, it's just a
No.
blank
It's like
page.
Okay,
can
allow
see,
me.
Now it's
Yeah,
clear.
now it is?
Yeah,
Is
we
it
can
clear
see
to
it.
all of you?
Yeah, now it is. It's an Excel sheet.
Perfect. It's a spreadsheet, and we are going to work on a similar document together as well. We will start constructing on it, in fact, in a span of 20 minutes. Okay, can you all see the sheet?
Yes, we can.
Okay,
Yeah.
so perfect. Now I'm going to give you access to the sheet that I have created for you guys. Now let me give you a tour of the sheet, and then you can get an access to it. Otherwise, you would stop listening to me. Okay, can you see the document? Okay, this is a sheet that I will be giving access to all of you. All of you, can you see the document? Still can't see? Majority, can you all see?
yes, we can
Yeah,
see.
we can.
Yes.
Okay, those who cannot, let me stop share and start share again. Give me a moment. There you go. Can you see the document now?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Now, this document, okay, is labeled as worksheet. Guys, this is a document that all of you will be documenting the information in. Can you see there are 69 students in the classroom? Okay. Now, when you guys are utilizing, drafting your information, inputting your details into the cells of a spreadsheet, be very careful. The reason is it is an editable document. If you're using, trying to edit this from your mobile phones, you will land up deleting content for others. Please try and use your laptop when you're accessing this particular Google spreadsheet. Okay, please be very, very responsible. It's not that I cannot retrieve, but it is very important that you're all responsible. You know, when you're inputting your details, make sure that you are inputting your detail in your particular, what do you say, row. Okay, now there is a second sheet that you can see. It is labeled as approved title. Okay, now as and when you guys are busy with the activity that I place in the classroom, okay, when you guys are busy with the activity, what I would do is I would be approving the titles and placing the titles here. Please note, I do not need reminders in the chat box. Okay, if you want to understand if your title is approved in the first 4 classes, come to the document here, and if you find your title here, that means it is approved. I repeat, no title will be approved in email, no title will be approved in WhatsApp or a call. Please note, this is a classroom and no individual person will benefit with an individual one-on-one attention. Okay, I have created the curriculum in such a way that if you are missing out even on one session, it is okay. You can catch up on the recording. However, do not expect me to compensate 20 hours of learning in a meeting, on a Zoom call or a MS Team call. Okay, again, it is research. There are going to be questions. There need to be a dialogue for me to understand where you're coming from. So all your questions should be routed to me in the classroom and not in email. Imagine receiving doubts from 68 students or 68 students, yeah. Okay, now this is a good practice that we have these doubts cleared in the classroom where I can try to understand where you're coming from. Okay, now apart from that, you can see this particular sheet. It is labeled as timeline. Take a moment, look into the timeline for a minute. Just look into the content of the timeline. Okay, now the timeline is a very much a guided, tried and tested timeline. Now, research is usually a process where a student picks up the steering wheel. The student is going to drive the entire show, and you have all of us supporting you throughout the process. Now, when you're working on a long-term project, okay, those of you who completed operations management, we know how time is very important aspect of any project. Similarly, the time has been placed to ensure that you guys are progressing very well. Okay, now there are certain timelines that is non-negotiable, which is very important that you're aware of. Okay, now can one of you tell me the meaning of the word non-negotiable? What is the meaning of the word non-negotiable?
It means it's something definite. We can't like discuss it.
Okay, okay.
It means do it,
There
then
is
complain
no room
later.
to remove it anymore.
What
Yes.
is it? Do or die, complain later. No, no, we don't
This
do
is
that.
this is definitive.
Yes, it is mandatory. There is nothing that I can do from the program team or Rishal can do as your admin. Okay, these are all time bound. That means your research proposal submission is to be done on 15th of May. It is like your module submission timeline. Okay, so we are going to create a research proposal. We're going to work on it, and you just need to submit your research proposal into the LMS on 15th of May. And the research proposal is 1,500 words long. Okay, now remember, there is no extensions provided for your research class or your research process. I'll tell you the logic behind no extension. Okay, another non-negotiable timeline that you have here is this. That is, when you complete your entire dissertation, August 22nd, 2026 is going to be your submission date of your research. Now, these 2 times are non-negotiable. The rest of the times are all negotiable. That means you can go plus or minus 5 days. Clear, everyone? Everyone clear on it?
Yes.
That means you have a lot of breathing space in between that you don't need to stress about. All you need to be very clear about is the timeline of May 15 and August 22nd. Okay. Your step 1 is research methodology class. Okay. And after the class, you're going to run or submit a research proposal document in the LMS. Okay. Then step 2 is you will be allocated a supervisor and you will be in dissertation. Okay. Step 3, the dissertation that you construct of will be presented in a Viva panel and your work will be done. Okay, this is 1,500 words. This is 10,000 words. And this is a Viva, so it's a presentation. Okay, apart from this, I want you all to understand that the marks awarded here will be graded for 20 and this is for 60 and 20. How much is the total?
100.
100.
Okay. Now what does this mean is you have to do really well from day 1. Okay. Now you all should be extremely clear that you all should be able to do really well from day 1. Take a moment, digest this particular part. Okay. For example, if you do a poor job with reference to your research proposal, okay, and then you do a great job with your dissertation, again poor with your Viva, your total is going to go down. So make sure you're doing a great job from day 1. To do a great job from day 1, you have to follow my instructions. I'm going to be crystal clear how to go about it. Now, this is an old discussion document. I'm going to give you an idea of how class content is discussed. Okay, can you see this? This is how I'm going to discuss the class content. This is a bit messy, but I'm going to create a good one when I'm discussing information with you. Okay, we'll have class discussion on the Google spreadsheet where you will be able to understand and follow easily. Sumit, you're talking about certificate in which month? You will be after your Viva, almost 2 weeks after your Viva, your evaluation will be done with. So a month after the Viva, your evaluation will be done with. And yeah, your claiming should happen in a month and a half time after your Viva. So yeah, 90 to 120 days from there, your certificate should be in from UCAM. Any other questions, guys? Don't raise your hands. Either place your question in the chat box or you can unmute and talk. Go ahead. How may I help you?
Yeah, excuse me, I have a question. In fact, from 20 up to 30 June, I will be completely absent. I have no internet. It's something I program. So do you propose me to postpone my my module, or you think I can catch it?
May I ask you, until when do you have no access to internet?
From 20 of June up to end of June.
No, that's okay.
It will be okay.
Yeah, that's okay. Speak to your supervisor and you should be good. Don't postpone the work.
Okay.
Perfect.
Hi, Mosaddiq is here.
Yes, sir.
Actually, I'm planning, I am scheduled to go for Hajj from 15 May to 15th of June. That's means 1 month I will be away for the
Yeah.
final deadline. So what do you suggest for me? Because 1 month I will be out.
Okay. So what you're going to do is, what number one is follow my instructions, finish drafting your chapter 1. And you will be aware who your supervisor is after May 29th. May 29th or 30th, we will be done with the allocation of supervisors. So what you can do
From
is either,
15 May, I will be out. From 15
so
May,
you will
my
not have
flight-
access to internet, is it?
From Saudi, I will be there outside mostly for the Hajj, mostly in the field, for the,
Okay.
so that is the issue.
Okay. So just establish contact with your
غيره بالبيت
supervisor
بقى هذا
and have a
المقصة.
discussion with your
روحي خديه.
supervisor.
كل شيء لالي بدكم تاخذوه تنزاووا.
Can you repeat?
خديه بابي.
Okay, we will talk about that in the near future. Okay, guys, no Viva is confirmed as of now. No Viva dates are confirmed as of now. So no one can expedite Viva. No, it's not possible. You will all follow a certain timeline because the claiming of certification happens at a certain point of time. Which is the earliest we can submit the Viva? No, there is no earliest date. The date of the Viva will only be done after the final submissions are in. Is it possible to order a UCAM graduation gown? Johannes, I'm not the right person to talk about graduation. Get in touch with your admin. That is Mr. Rishal, and he will guide you through it. Okay, let's keep all your research questions here, and I'm more than happy to. What happens if the passing marks are not achieved? No, Sheriff, it's not going to happen that you will not reach a passing limit. What exactly is Viva? I will be talking about it in the future, Rohan. I'll give you an orientation of what is dissertation and stuff like that. Okay, now let me share something with you. I'll give you an idea of what is going to happen in each of these classes. This should give you an idea. IDD class number 1, we're going to work on title. Class number 2, we are going to work on aim and okay, now these are all the stepping stones, okay guys? Stepping stones of research, as in these are the mandatory, what do you call it, as milestones in research. So we will talk about it, don't worry. Aim and problem statement, we're going to work on research questions. And research objectives. We're going to work on literature review. Methodology. And then we're going to talk about sampling and give you an idea of methodology, and this class is dedicated to dissertation, and here we're going to do the final discussion and evaluation. We're going to evaluate a paper. So with this, you guys should be bulletproof with reference to the process. There'll be no gray areas after. Yes, Rohan, that is a practice that we follow with Exceed College, that after your 5th module, you're all eligible to start working on your research methodology module. Now, there is a reason that we have clubbed 2 modules at the same time. Your main module that is happening right now, SELE, is a major word count module. And this is a module where you're just making decisions and it's hardly 1,500. So yes, you are committed to complete this. Some students opt not to do it now, but they fall back with reference to moving to the next batch and not graduating on time. Okay, so don't worry. It has been tried and tested. It's absolutely safe. Okay, now guys, this is going to be our plan of action for the next 8 classes. Now, can I ask, how are you feeling?
Me, I feel scared.
Yeah, stressed. Also stressed from my side.
Okay.
I'm better than 1 hour ago, but scared that what is coming next. But it's better than 1 hour ago. 1 hour ago, it was like I'm going to a dark forest. So I was clear now. Something's more clear.
Okay.
We're gonna have 4 sessions per week now related to the university.
You will be having, 2 modules of research and 2 modules of SELE that you're continuing, or, the module that is coming up. Specialization is stepping up, it's scheduled for the next month. So yeah, you will be having your module, whatever is happening. Okay. Now guys, this is something that we are again have
I
to...
kind of have a question. I'm still confused. So I already finished like 7 modules, and this is like supposed to be the 8th. So this is like the last one, and then we do the research, yeah? That's it?
6, 7, 8 module. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so when I do this, it means this is like the last thing I'm gonna do, because I'm seeing people who's doing like other modules at the same time.
Yeah. So there's 4 core modules, 2 specialization, 1 SELE, and then you have your research module and your dissertation. This is how it goes. Okay. Now what happens is some students opt not to do the research module after the 5th module. Now there is a timeline with that we have promised, or the contract with the UCAM. We have to complete the course in 14 months of duration, and the curriculum is planned in such a way that after the 5th module, anyone and everyone can start working on their dissertation. Johannes, how do we go about delays in institutional ethical clearance, especially given strict timeline, one ethical ministry? Don't worry about that, Johannes. We will address it. Okay. We will be addressing it in the future. Okay. Now, guys, very important aspect. Don't take anything personally. I don't know any of you guys personally. Okay. If I put a hard stop with certain criteria, you have to remember that I'm aiming at distinction. And I'm aiming at structural quality. I'm looking at, a very, 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 very refined work, okay, which is going to make the rest of your life easy. Okay, so don't come back asking me, why can't I do it? You can do it if you want to follow your own practice. However, please note your marks will be compromised. Okay, so remember, I'm going to teach you how to play by the rules. I'm going to talk to you about being street smart with research. And again, those of you who have been in my classrooms, I think from your perspective and mine. So I'm going to navigate the entire research from your perspective to ensure that you're able to maximize on the output with whatever understanding you are gaining. Okay, having said that, let me tell you something very important. Okay, how many hours are the classes? 20 hours? Yes or no? This is the class hours. 8 classes, correct? Okay. Now, in this 20 hours, research is a vast ocean. Okay. In this 20 hours, I'm going to teach you how to think. I'm going to teach you how to execute. Now, my ideology is to ensure that you fall in love with research. At the same time, you're also executing to get distinctions. Now, how are you going to work on it extra? Remember, if you think of the entire learning into 100 hours, there is going to be 30 hours that is going to be included from your experience. Okay, the reason is you're going to do a research in a topic that is from your setting. How many hours is left out? Another 50 hours. Okay, now this is where you are going to do a self-learning. Very important. You can use a portal called as Grad Coach. How many of you have heard of it?
Question, Doctor. You are saying during the classes we will be doing all this tasks to be completed?
Which task are you referring to?
The research module and the dissertation.
Okay, in the classroom, we are only going to work on the research proposal.
Research proposal. Okay.
Yes, and I'm going to teach you what is dissertation in class number 7. I'll give you an orientation of what is dissertation. And the dissertation is something that you're going to execute what you plan in the proposal in a time period of 3 months, 3 to 4 months. Clear?
Okay. Because we feel little pressure just because of we are in already in the middle of one module, which where we have a deadline for the 15th of April, and we
Okay.
are fully focusing on the assignments of that module. And in the middle, this research method module will be started. So, you know, the giving a focus on this along with that module as well as the work-life balance will be more difficult. So we need little support to finish this.
So I am going to give you 100% support, but I'm not going to compromise on your self-learning, right? I told you 20 hours of learning, it's my responsibility that you will land with a distinction. However, there is a commitment from your side that you're going to invest 50 hours in the next 4 weeks in learning and understanding topics on your own. I cannot compensate for a book or, you know, to the larger extent of research in 2.5 hour classes. Even though my classes are going to make sure that you're aware of it, but you have to also run a self-driven learning as well. That is something that you're committed. Even in your core modules, you know, just listening to the faculty in the classroom is not going to happen. Simple as that. Okay, now students who have worked with me in the past, they know that we're going to work hard in the classroom with context, but not at all can you compensate in 2.5 hours what you can learn with a self-driven understanding. Okay, so
No,
please
that's
note.
fine. That's
Yes, sir.
fine. Yeah, we
So
will be giving a full focus, but again, at the same time, you know, the time is very limited and very difficult. So ideally, this risk method module must be started after completion of the 7 module. But again, in
no,
the middle of, if it is
not the
started,
completion of 7 modules. The entire program is for 14 months. So we cannot negotiate on that. And it is very clearly mentioned in the orientation that after your 5th module, you're all entitled to do a research. Now, a student can take a call if they want to progress or not, but it will extend the timeline of your completion. That's it. Okay. Perfect. Okay, guys. Now, let me tell you something which is very important. I have done the search from your side, and out of all the websites that is out there, Grad Coach is going to be your best friend. I'll tell you why. Grad Coach is the only portal that teaches you in the most simple format. Now, just now a gentleman just said about support. This is the support I can provide you. I'm going to give you access to the best learning portal that is going to clear your tiny dots, that's going to connect the tiny dots when you're working on your project, at your own timeline. If I'm there to guide you. But when you're progressing it yourself, this particular website is going to give you understanding and clarity. Next important aspect that is going to help you understand better is my humble friend AI. Guys, I'm not one of those faculties who are going to shun AI. Okay, I am one of those faculties who love to work with AI. For me, AI is just a glorified Google search. I'm going to teach you how to use AI, but I'm not going to teach you AI to draft. I'm going to teach you how to use AI to learn. Okay, now this is my point of view that, AI is something that is going to impede your cognitive ability. Okay, 10 years back, when you try to find a solution for a problem, what did you do? You take the problem, break it up into smaller sections, make sense of it, create a list of decisions and pick the right decision. Ideally, this is what you would have done with a problem. Right now, if you face a problem, what would you do? You go to an AI portal and put in a prompt. You're not solving the problem, but you're putting a prompt. Now you should know that there are certain brain cells that really function when you're trying to solve a problem. And here you're just you're just using your brain cells to write a prompt. So you know that there is a fall in your cognitive ability, and that is not something that you should think of. Okay, so I'm going to teach you how to use AI to learn topics. Okay, however, at any point of time, I ask you all not to use AI to draft. Not for refining, not for answer key, not for anything to do with your drafting process. Clear? Any doubts? Reasonable until now? Anyone thinks it is unreasonable? Feel free to say so, guys. Okay, now let me give you access to this sheet. Take a moment. Yeah, all of you, the link to the sheet is in the chat box. Kindly log in. So the sheet that is with reference to the timeline, class notes and approval of title is locked. That means only I can edit it, but all of you. Okay, now worksheet is something that all of you can draft or type in. Okay, just look through your details, your name. Okay, now guys, feel free to speak your mind out. Okay, feel free to address any issues that you guys have. Okay, now there is nothing that you can ask that has not been asked in 5 batches of research that I've taken in the last 4 months. There is nothing new you guys are going to ask. Okay, so if you find something is really bothering you, place it in the chat box or unmute and speak. If I'm taking a topic, please place it in the chat box because there is a flow for the topic that I would like to complete. Okay, so I would request you to.
Ms. Rajeshri, I'm having a question here whereby I can see the student names and all in one column, but other columns are not stating anything. What should we be writing in those columns?
We will be filling it up as and when I teach you, don't worry. I'll start the session now and we will be talking about it shortly. Okay. Okay, guys, you guys have access to the next sheets. You can just go through it. See, you can, what is that? You can have access to it, but you can't edit the place. Clear? No, Bridget, I can't, I cannot do that because it's in the alphabetic, in the order of LMS. It's okay. Oh, you want to spot it correctly? Let me see. You want it to be sorted, is it?
Yes, sorted.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Most welcome. Anything logical, I'm going to listen to you guys. Okay. How is it going until now? Good? Everyone? Okay. Now I need all your attention. I've stopped sharing this.
Hi, I'm
Yes,
just
sir.
failing to access the document. It's blocked. Anywhere else, any other way to access it?
Any other way to access it? No, this is the only way. Are you logging in from your mobile or your laptop, sir?
A laptop is a company laptop.
Yeah,
just-
it's a company laptop. It's usually aligned to your Gmail. I'm sharing the link again. Can you check?
Sorry, Dr. May I reply? I face the same issue. I'm also opening the session on Siemens laptop and it's not logging in, but on my personal laptop, it will log in. So you can copy the link and
Yeah.
share it with to your email or WhatsApp, and it will open on the personal laptop.
Yeah. If it is your office, maybe your organization would not allow you to access something on a larger scale. Yeah. How can we change the language? Saad, in my document, I don't see it in Arabic, it's in English. It's a setting of yours. Okay. Now I need all of you to lock in, guys. We are not discussing anything. I want all of you to listen to me. Now remember how we are going to navigate. Okay. Now I'm going to ask you a few questions. You're going to start writing in that particular Excel sheet. Okay. Now this is the first class. This is the first class. That means all of us are really worried, scared, unsure of what is going to happen. Now, can one of you Google search that particular word? All of you, can you all quickly Google search the law that I've placed in the chat box? It's called as Parkinson's law. Anyone heard of that law?
I remember that discussion during the first module that I was with you, Dr. Kursi. Yeah, it's interesting concept. So I'll let my colleagues go through it. Yeah.
Thank you for being so empathetic. Really appreciate. Really appreciate. Yeah. Memories? No. Use Google search.
Yeah, I
please.
also had it in the class for strategic change management.
Absolutely
So I'll allow
right.
the others to go with it.
Absolutely. Thank you. Run a Google search on your mobiles and see what does Parkinson's law says. Yes. Okay. Work expands to fill the time available. If I give you a task and tell you to complete it in 20 days, you're going to complete it in 20 days. If I give you the same task and tell you to complete it in 2 hours, you are bound to complete it in 2 hours. It is not the issue of the capacity, it is the capability. Now, if I'm going to procrastinate, I can. Okay. Now, none of us are going to fall into the trap of it. We are going to go one step at a time and follow the instructions. You're going to be good. Okay. Now, remember, at every point of time, I am going to be very street smart. Okay. Now, can you all give me the meaning of street smart? Who is a street smart person?
Someone who knows how to get away with stuff without being
Absolutely right.
knowing like the knowledge or something.
Absolutely right. Knowing the rules and breaking them. What else? What is the telltale sign of someone who is street smart? Have you observed someone who is street smart? They're very cautious. They're always observing around. Have you seen that? They're very observant of the surroundings. Anyone observed it? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that is very important. You have to be completely observant. Now, research is something that you are supposed to work on, something that is practical. Now, anything practical that you're planning to do, you have to run a feasibility study. What is a feasibility study? For example, if I have a budget of 1,000 USD for a holiday and the destination charges me 12,000 USD, can I afford it? My budget is 1,000 US dollars. However, the location is for 12,000 US dollars.
No, I can't.
Absolutely right. Now that is what we're going to do right now. First, we're going to check our feasibility and then progress. Now that is the foolproof way to understand if we are going to proceed or if there is a bottleneck and we have to take an alternative route. Now allow me to go to the document. Okay. Now let me give you a small background on what is research all about? Once I give you a background of it, you guys can start drafting and inputting details as and when we go. Okay, allow me to first give you an idea of what is research all about. If you have any doubt, please use the chat box. Do not interrupt the session. I'll tell you why. Some of us are really logged into the classroom. Now, when someone asks a question in between the class, it is going to cause a break in the entire thought process. It may not be for you, but it would be for someone else. Okay, so let's be completely concentrate and hold on. If you have any doubt, place it in the chat box and we will progress. Okay, now let me give you a small idea of what is research in MBA. Okay, now what does research mean to you? Is doctorate research the ideal research? All of you, what do you guys think? Anything that happens in a doctorate or a PhD is ideal? Yes or no?
I think it will happen, but on another level.
Perfect. The adherence to research etiquettes or research process, it's quite high in a doctorate. Okay, in a doctorate, you have to work for a year to complete your proposal. Okay, and you conduct the research for 3 years, 2 to 3 years. In your MBA research, you just spend 1 month for the proposal. And you spend maybe 3 months for your research. Do you see the difference there? There's a lot of difference, right? A doctorate or a PhD is going to adhere to 100% of research standards. Here, you need to adhere to 40% of research standards. Okay? Now, why 40%? The reason is the curriculum is very aware that the students in MBA, especially exec MBA, are students who have full-time jobs, who have commitments with reference to their jobs, personal lives, work-life balance, an additional module that you guys are working on. Okay, so all we need to remember is a typical textbook research would only happen in a doctorate or a PhD. In your MBA, the research that you do is quite surface level. You will be able to understand if your title or your topic is worthy enough to proceed into a doctorate study. In fact, students who complete MBA with us, okay, as soon as they complete their Viva, they register themselves for doctorate. There is a reason. You know, they fall in love with the topic. They run the surface level research in MBA and they find that there is a huge scope of the topic and they progress to apply for doctorate and get a doctorate done in that particular topic. Okay, now this should calm all your nerves down that your research adherence is close to 40%. Now there is going to be certain non-negotiables with reference to your research topic. Okay, the first non-negotiable is the topic should be from your sector. For example, I'm from health and safety. I cannot do a research in a retail industry. Why? Because my expertise lies in health and safety and I have no idea in retail industry. For example, I had a student from sustainability and energy who wanted to understand the percentage of sale of a retail product. I think it was soap in the local supermarket. And I'm like, what a waste of your time. You're spending your next 3 to 4 months. you might as well pick something that is going to be fruitile to submit to your workplace. Okay, guys, so make sure that you pick a topic that is aligned to your sector. You guys, after your dissertation, you have the feasibility of sharing it with your organization. For your performance appraisal, you are allowed to submit it in any local publishing houses, and you can co-publish it with your supervisor, and you should be sorted. Okay, so number one, the topic that you choose has to be from the sector, and ideally it should be from your work process. Now, why do I say that? Okay, no one is so well versed in identifying a curiosity element at your place of work. Do you all have a curiosity element at your place of work or with reference to your job? You're all curious to understand some phenomenon, right? Why is this, what is the role of that particular component on something else? Now, this research is a perfect time to understand and try and find answer to your curiosity. Simple. Now, in a typical research environment, in a doctoral research, what you do is you would come up with a strategy. In a doctoral research, you are going to come out with a strategy. You're going to find solutions to a problem. I'm so sorry to tell you, in your MBA, you're not going to find solution to any problem. In MBA, you're just going to test the title. So if you think yourself that, okay, I'm going to find a solution, a template, a strategy for a problem at your place of work, not happening. Okay, next. When you're picking and thinking of a research topic, okay, it should be a primary research. Now, this is a non-negotiable requirement. Where is my favorite word? What does it mean? That means that you should have respondents. They should contribute to the data, and you should collect the data from them. What does it mean? It means that the entire research is from the point of view of the respondents. I repeat, you should be very clear to understand who are these people who is going to participate in your research. In fact, if someone is participating in the research, you are looking at the research from their point of view. Yes or no?
Do you mean by participate like doing the survey?
Absolutely. They are going to provide data. It can be survey, it can be interview. So what you're going to do is your entire research is from their point of view and not your point of view. Okay, so get that clarity time and again. Now, this is something that I keep asking and informing my students time and again.
Sorry,
Your
Akshay, could you explain that again? Because I think I missed the point. Like, so whatever research we pick up, we have to actually interview who?
I will be talking about it again. Okay, so make sure that you're very clear on the objective. Okay, now imagine this is a research topic. Okay, now for the research topic, I need to collect data. In fact, I'm going to write primary data. The primary data is provided by people who participate in the research. Is this clear until here, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, you have your research topic, you have to collect primary data, and you need to know who is going to participate in your research. Now, what is going to happen as an output? An output is the entire research is from the point of view of who? Clear? The participants are going to drive the entire research's output. Is this clear?
Excuse me, no, for me it's not clear. In fact, I don't get, I confused completely. Can you please say by an example, because who will participate in the research? Is it our resource that we are looking for? Who is participating?
Allow me to explain. Okay. Now, is this understood by most of you? I'll give you an example. Okay. I'm going to understand the impact of employee engagement in performance. Okay. Now I have to collect primary data. Who will be able to give me the primary data? Is it employee or leaders?
Employees.
Right? An employee only can tell you that how much they are engaged. So super. So from whose point of view is the entire research conducted?
Employee.
Is this correct?
Excuse me, maybe the employer, they will not say really the fact of their engagement, why it should be just employee, why it should not be both of them.
I'll tell you that. Thank you for that question. Something else that I want to share with you. Okay, imagine you guys have a zoo. Remember guys, it's an example. I want you all to look at it as an example. Okay, there are two animals. Imagine there is a tiger and there is a zebra. Now, the zoo authority says that you can only bring in one type of food to the zoo. Will this be enough?
No.
Why? Why not?
Different audience.
Okay, sorry. This should be done.
Also, it's not
So-
correct because
No.
No.
Zebras don't eat meat.
One is carnivorous, one is herbivorous.
Yeah, different food chains.
Okay. How many of you made the connection? Your research is like this. You should always remember, identify who your respondents are. Your respondents cannot be too many different people because the point of view is only one. Okay. Now let me give you another important element. You have to view, give me a moment please. You have to view the entire research from the shoulders off. You have to decide, who am I viewing the entire research from the shoulder off? You have to decide. You cannot have it from different shoulders. The reason is the information that you get is going to be inconclusive. If I want to know what is leadership practice, I have to ask leaders. If I need to know health and safety practice in the construction floor, I have to ask the people in the construction floor. Do I make myself clear? Okay, I'll make it clear further, don't worry. Okay, now I will explain it again when we go to the worksheet. Go easy on yourself, okay guys? Next. It's very important that when you are thinking of a topic, you have to have an understanding of axis in numbers. Okay, now you have two options here. Option 1 is you have access to less people. Now when I say less, it is 10 to 15. Option 2 is you have access to more people. When I say more people, it is anywhere from 60 to 100. Now these are certain feasibility. Now having an understanding on the feasibility is going to tell if you can afford it or not. For example, I have an access to so many people, I can't afford a research called as quantitative. If my feasibility or my access to people is only 10 to 15, I can only do a study called as qualitative. I will explain what is all these contexts in the future. I'm just giving you an idea of it right now. All you need to remember is this. Okay, now I want you all to come to the worksheet. Okay, now column B, you're going to write the first column is who are the respondents whom you plan to include in the research. Okay, next you're going to write the location of the respondents. Then you're going to write the sector of the respondents. And then number of the respondents. Then you are going to write what are you curious to understand in line to the respondents. Guys, we're just making notes, okay? You don't need to be very sure about them right now. Just scribble it here. You don't need to be sure about it right now. Just make a note of it and we will take care of it later. Don't worry. Right now, all you need to do is scribble it, what comes to your mind. We are making notes. We are not making any decisions today. None of us are making any decisions today. Now when you write the location, write only one location, okay? Mention only one location.
One question, Rajeshri.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Based on the notes that you are highlighting as a heading of this spreadsheet, this will be helping us to finalize the topic of the research.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So we will be updating by taking the decision of this spreadsheet. So you will be giving your approval.
Yes, yes. Right now, we are checking a feasibility of what you can and what you cannot.
Okay.
You should know what you can afford, right? So we're just writing what we can afford.
Okay.
Okay. I'm glad you have the realization. Guys, your entire research program is going to be a set of realizations that is going to kick in. Dots will start connecting after class number 4. Go easy.
Hi, ma'am. Sorry to disturb. Actually,
Yes, sir.
I logged in through mobile. So is there any way to access this spreadsheet?
No, you can later on write it
Okay.
whenever you have,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
not
Fine.
the
Thank you.
mobile, sir. Yeah, thank you.
Excuse me, can I ask a question?
Sure.
For me, in fact, when you say the point of view, me, I want to see the fact, and for me, it's important to participate the employer and the leader and the manager and all together, because I don't
Right.
want to go to the direction that is fixed. I say, okay, this is my point of view, so I go to this one. If I want to go to the organization, in my
Yeah,
perception,
please
that I
write
should,
it. Write it.
yeah,
Make a note of it. You will
yeah,
realize what you have to do later. Don't worry, write it. I understand where you're coming from. Write it.
okay.
Okay, guys, you all know that it's time for the break. Let's go for a 15-minute break. Okay, guys, please note, um, especially during your research class, step away from your laptop for 15 minutes. When I say step away, do not log off. Mute your mic, switch off your cameras, step away for 15 minutes. Come back and you should be fresh. Okay, don't sit on your laptop and ponder on it. You have enough time to ponder on the topic later. Okay, so let's go for a 15 minutes break. Please note, I'm also stepping away from my laptop. I'll be back in 15. So make sure that all your mics are on mute. Thank you, guys. See you on the other side.
Thank you. Yeah. And I hope we will get to know that from where you are coming from. Thank you.
Hi guys, welcome back. Are you all back?
Yes.
Good to know. Okay, allow me to share the screen. Okay, now here is a tip. Whenever you guys are in the future, okay, not now. Whenever you guys are working on a research aspect, it's very nice to sit down with the research aspect or a topic. I'll tell you why. It starts making sense when you are sitting down and pondering on the topic. Okay, the reason is you are nullifying a lot of errors in it. Now, slowly, we will start nullifying a lot of errors. Now, what do you mean by nullifying? Is we're going to check. Now, this is a very, very basic, crude, or a raw version of our information. We just placed all the data in the Excel sheet. Now, as and when we learn and we progress, we're going to start refining. Okay, the next 1 hour we will be spending exclusively to understand what is a title. Okay, now in case if you guys have any questions, place it in the chat box. I will address it there. I request you not to interrupt the session. As I told you, there are most of us who are locked in to the session, and it might, okay, hinder their process of thinking and coherence. Okay, so it's very important. If you have any questions, place it in the chat box. I will be looking at the chat box once I'm done explaining the entire process. Okay, now let's move on to understand what is a title or about. Let's go ahead and explore the don'ts. Okay, what should not be explored or looked at with reference to the research. Please bear with me. I'm just trying to get a document. Okay, give me a moment. I'm going to write a different word. Poor practice. Now there will be some of you who are going to do this. Okay. Now when you're going to do this, it is going to get you lower grades and you're going to have a poor turnout with reference to the objective of the research. Now what is the objective of the research? The objective is to ensure that people are going to answer, participate in your research. That is what you want, right? You want people to give you answers and participate in your research. It's very important that at any point of time, you will not pick a topic that is sensitive, politically incorrect, or anything to do with government. Why? An MBA dissertation is not worthy to lose your job. There is nothing that you can work with reference to a
Rajeshri, what will
sensitive
I
topic.
do? Because, sorry, Rajeshri, what will I do? Because I actually work for the government. So I'm thinking.
Allow me to complete. Okay. Now, what do I mean by sensitive? Okay. Now, there was a student in the past, he was the head of differently abled Olympics. Now, he said that I'm going to write, I want to do a research dissertation on the abuse that happens to the children in the particular differently abled section. Now, that is something that you cannot do. Okay. Now, sensitivity comes in when you cannot take a topic that involves young adults or children. In a typical research environment, when you have young adults or children participating, anyone below the age of 18, you need to take the consent from the guardian. There is a typical process. We are not going to do that. Second, you cannot, any point of view, any shape or form, defame or question a political intervention. At any point of time, you cannot go ahead and question an government policy in the process. Now, the reason for it is very simple. Your end goal is to collect data from people. Imagine you're going to ask people about how is the government policy with reference to the practices in health and safety department. Now, I am going to be anonymous, that's correct, but I'm very fearful of my job. So I'm going to write all the answers that is aligned to positiveness of the government or the authority and not give the factual data. Okay, so you're allowed to pick anything that is aligned to your sector. However, remember that your end goal is to collect the data. Do not pick any topic that will pose a problem for collection of data. If you find that your respondents are going to be really scared or will not be giving you complete information of the topic, answer them. Don't pick the topic. Okay, now let's move on to another aspect. Do not pick random topics. When I say random topics, some students pick up very random. As in, I had a student who was talking about, in UAE, you have something called as a NOL card. The student wanted to talk about the sales of the NOL card to the distance traveled. And I'm like, what? The university wants you to identify a topic that has business implications to the sector you belong to. Now, if you pick something as random as that, where is the business implications, especially to the sector you belong to? Okay, now this is a topic that you're going to live for the next 3 to 4 months of your lifetime. It's like selecting a good partner. You need to ensure to pick a topic that you're passionate about, that you want to spend more time understanding and exploring. As I told you earlier, you cannot conduct research with young adults. Okay? At no point of time in the entire research will you be collecting email addresses of any of the participants, the name or the phone numbers. These topics or these information is completely not allowed. At no point of time can the topic be a question. It cannot be a phrase. It cannot be having an abbreviation in the entire title. Please note, your job is not to find a solution, but understanding a phenomenon. Now, let me give you a small insight into the do's. Whenever you're trying to think of a title, remember the objective is primary data collection, a data that you have to collect yourself, holding a certain level of participants. Because it's non-negotiable, you should be very clear who do you have access to. Now that is something that you all have written in this particular sheet. So it's very important that you keep reflecting on that aspect very much. Now, you all have to understand that whenever you're constructing a title, it's very important that you have two variables. Now allow me to understand or to teach you what is the meaning of the term variables. Okay, now variables are two components. Okay, you can pick variables as two components. Now these two components are very important in constructing a title. Now you may wonder, what do you mean by the components? Now allow me to explain. Okay, now these two are the two components that you will be using in your research. It's called as independent variable and dependent variable. Usually independent variable is something that you're going to write and something that you're going to understand the main role on. So it's closer to the beginning of the title. A dependent variable is usually after the independent variable that is having a higher dependency aspect. I'm going to give you examples on it, don't worry. Now, it's very important that you should be looking at the curiosity element. A title should be curious. A title should be 12 to 15 words long. A title should be looking at a problem or something that you're curious at your places of work. Okay, now there are certain mandatory requirements for the title. Now let's look at what are the components of a good title. First and foremost, you're going to have two variables. Okay, now why do I say that you should have two variables? It is very simple. Okay, two variables means you're going to test an impact of X on Y. You're trying to test the impact of X on Y, or the role of X in so and so process. That means your title is going to only be very, very specific. More variables means there are more characters. You've heard the phrase that says too many hands or too many cooks spoil the broth. Now, if you have more than two variables, your research is going to be generic. I'll explain it in the near future. It's very important that all of you should be extremely clear on the location of the respondents. Now, it's very important that their location should be only one. Why? The reason is because you're looking at a business implication, the policies, the practices, the tools, the operations, all of it is going to be different in different countries. So a certain set of people, for example, people working in UAE, have a set of rules that we work with. For example, in banking, we follow something called as a Sharia law. In an Asian country, we do not have a Sharia law when it comes to banking. So you should be very clear on the location of the respondent. It has to be only one. Make sure that you're very clear on the sector. Excuse me. You should be very clear on the sector of the employees. The sector should be again only one. The reason is your entire research should be based out of one sector. Now, when we are going to draft a title in the future, you should not have the term "and" in the title. You can write health and safety, that "and" is allowed. But you cannot have "and" in between variables. I will give you an example shortly. Your title at no point can be a question. Your title at no point can be a phrase. A title at no point can be a statement. Okay, now let's look at certain good examples. Okay, give me a moment. I'll get you a activity that all of you can participate in. I've seen something in the chat box. I'll come to you. I want to place you guys into an activity into 3 rooms. Okay. Title 1. Title 2 and title 3. Okay. Now I'll share the activity and you guys can see it. Give me a moment. Now, usually this title is going to give you an idea of how should you not draft a title and how should you draft a title. Give me a moment. I'm going to share the screen and you guys can see the activity. Laura, what if I'm doing an MBA in public advertisement? Yeah, see that and is allowed, but work for a government. You can make sure that you're having a topic that gets you data. That's it. Okay, can you all see the screen now? Yeah, there it is. Can you all see? I've created 3 sheets of a set of titles. Okay, now what is expected of you? I think there's so many. What do I do? I'll just place until 20. I think too many questions is going to really take a lot of time. Okay, so as soon as you go into your breakout room, number 1, you will identify a person who is going to be a scribe. Okay, scribe is a person who is going to type and the rest of you are going to give the information. Okay, scribe is going to be the person who is going to take access to the document and the rest of you are going to discuss and give the information yes or no. Now after you read the title, you have to mark it either specific, which is good, generic if it is bad. Okay, you have to discuss among yourself. Now you have to look if the title has location, sector, 1 variable, 2 variable. If you have the word and in it, do not approve it. Okay. So let me place you guys into the breakout room. And as soon as you guys are into the breakout room, make sure that you identify one of you to be the person who is going to type. Okay, by then I'm going to give you access to the document. Okay, thank you. I'll just move you guys into the breakout rooms.
Guys, are we supposed to start or are we supposed to start?
Yeah, I think we should start by choosing someone from us to get the
Got the scribe?
access. Yeah, and then he's gonna write.
Okay. Who wants to do that?
You can if you want to.
Sure, yeah, I can also participate, no problem. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, once she comes, you can tell her to give you an access.
So in this exercise, we need to just select if it's specific or general, right? Or do we need to put justification on our selection?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, we need to select a specific or generic. This is the activity.
That's it. Do we need to write a justification why we?
No. As per my knowledge, it is only select the generic or specific. Just mark it select and then we will discuss in the class.
I think I have access. I can already select.
Yes.
Okay, let's start. Let's. Okay.
I believe the first one, exploring the digital servitization capabilities for providing smart product service system, is specific. What about
It
the others?
doesn't have a country. So is
Oh,
it specific?
exploring. Yes, correct. There is
Yeah,
doesn't
I think it's generic.
Generic. Agree. Next one. Impact of telemedicine on healthcare delivery and service quality for patients.
That is
Exploring the
what.
patient care. Generic as well, I think. No location.
Yeah, no location.
But
Agree,
isn't
guys?
HMC in Qatar, which is like Hamad Medical
Yeah,
Corporation?
I was just about to say this.
Yeah, so it could be specific. Or because like the country didn't like it's not like mentioned, or maybe HMC and it means something else in other
Yeah,
countries.
probably.
I'm not sure.
It's very specific, Yara, so I think it's generic. Yeah, it's very specific HMC to be in Qatar. I mean,
Yeah, so it could be generic because other
yeah,
examples has like the country name.
yeah. So we'll just go ahead and mark it as generic.
Okay.
The one
Cool.
by HMC.
Sorry, excuse me. Which options are there? I was a bit off.
Generic and specific.
No, I think this is specific.
To us, HMC in Qatar, it is like Hamad Medical Corporation, so it's like we know where it is, but in other countries, it could mean something else, so there's no country name in it.
The Hamad Medical Service.
And it has also like Mahmoud was saying, it has several variables. So you have impact of telemedicine on health delivery and service quality for patients, exploring the patient views on HMC. So we have multi variables here. And there's
Yeah,
and
she
yes.
said there's an and. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
correct. So
yeah.
it's generic. Yeah, I agree.
The next one. The study of the impact of psychological risks on employees, how it affects performance in
Yeah,
the mining.
I think this one is specific.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Next one. don't know why this is in capital.
Yeah, I don't know why.
No, this is specific. It is giving, there is country is also there. Khana.
Yeah.
Khana liquefied petroleum.
Yeah, I think
And
this is specific.
Yes, it's specific. Yeah, I agree. Next one.
If someone can show that slide, it would be helpful. Like
next one.
present that slide.
You just have to click the link and then it's sheet number 1. Is it not? It doesn't show to all of us?
No, actually,
It's
I'm
in the
logged
chat.
in a mobile, so it's not possible for me to.
Oh, so you need someone to share the screen with you.
Yeah,
I
like
believe screen sharing option is not available.
It's still in place. So we're going to read it out. I think so. You can also hear it from us.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, is that okay? Yeah.
Yeah, fine.
Okay, so I'm going to read out. If it's not clear, just let me know.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
this one is the impact of social media marketing on the consumer behavior and purchase intention, an exploratory study on consumers electronics industry in UAE.
There is one and is there. So she told that don't the and if those having.
Yes.
Yeah,
this
this is
variables.
generic. Yeah.
Yeah, more variables. Okay. Next one, Legionella bacteria.
Sorry,
Detection. Yeah.
As I made the impact of social media marketing on the consumer behavior and purchase intention. This is general, but immediately said an exploratory study on consumer of electronic industry is specific in electronic industry in UAE. In this case, I consider this a specific.
You're right, Jorge, but the problem that there is an and. When there's an and, there is multiple variables. So you need two variables, independent and dependent. So now there is an and, so you get more variables in the mix. So that's why I think when there is an and word, there is an and, that means that it's not a specific topic.
The next one is a specific.
No, it has and in it. Detection, prevention, and quality management. Too
No,
many variables.
I'm talking about the technology service provider industry, Noman. Okay, there is one more is there on top. Okay.
South Africa and Abu Dhabi is two. So this is generic.
Yeah, I agree. Generic.
The next one, examining the relation and influence of employee turnover on the operations of the company. An investigatory analysis of a selected organization within a technology service provider industry in Oman. It's a very good title.
Yeah, specific. Very, very specific. I agree to that.
Yeah, but there is an end.
Where is the
relation and influence?
Oh, these ends are sneaking in. I think we missed it.
Does not have D. It's in.
If I may, again, I consider in the title, for example, one N is not means that it's generic, but the doctor speak about two variables and the impact of social media. Consumer behavior and purchase intention are the two variables, and the specific of this research is an exploratory study on consumer of electronic industry in UAE. The other one, Legionella bacteria detection, prevention, and quality, is variables. And the
I don't know. I
research
cannot
is
send him
a
an update
comparative
also because
analysis.
I cannot tell him that I will send you the revised one. I don't know.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, Jorge, as per the spreadsheet that we're working on, A good title has two variables, location. Mohammed, can you mute yourself? Mohammed?
I'll try to make it as natural as possible. Okay.
Mohammed,
Let me share it with
mute
you.
yourself?
I send you the video on Teams.
Send me on Teams. Yeah, that's fine.
I sent it to you already.
And the photos. First, I'll work with one of the photos.
Can the colleague on the phone mute himself?
Mohammed. Okay, so the good title has two variables. Location of the respondents, sector, organization should not contain and or.
Mahmood, I
Cannot be
have
a
a class
question.
going on here. Tell me.
Cannot be a phrase, cannot be a statement.
Okay.
So, you following, Hori?
I think other members need to mute that so we can hear each other because we can't hear because everyone's
Yeah.
mic is on. Yeah. Yeah, you can
Okay,
continue now, Sharif.
Okay, so Jorge, I will repeat again. The good title is has two variables: locations of the respondents, sector, should not contain and or, cannot be a question, cannot be a phrase, cannot be a statement. So in that case, it contains and. You are making perfectly sense, Jorge, but I think this is maybe we have to play with the rules. I think by the rules.
But my question is, a specific is equal to good title, or a good title could be generic also?
Yeah.
This
You're
is my question.
Yeah, specific means a good title, yes.
Also, it is too long. It has like 26 words.
That's also another issue. Let's go for generic now and we'll see. We were just trying to swim in the dark here. So assessing the next one, we'll move on. Assessing the significance of physical credit cards in the advent of contactless payment and mobile banking in the United Arab Emirates. I think this is perfect. What do you think, guys?
I also think it's fine because contactless payments and mobile banking are essentially one and the same. And I think this should be one of those acceptable ends.
Makes sense. Guys, what do you think? I would go with specific. What do you think, guys?
It's look like specific.
Yeah, because the variables, there are two variables here: the physical credit card and contactless payment.
We need to select it a little bit quickly. Maybe we will be running out of the time because there is
specific.
So we'll go with what? Generic or specific?
Specific.
Okay.
Yeah, this one's specific.
Okay, we'll go with that. Evaluating the effect of personal protection equipment, PPE, on the safety culture. An investigation on the leading construction projects in the UK. I think this is
specific.
Really good, yeah.
Specific, yeah.
But it's tricky because it says leading construction projects. Now the projects might not be okay, they are in the UK, but I don't know, are they for the same company for you to now be able to compare them, or I don't know.
Not necessary
it
to
sounds like it might go to many locations, but I don't know.
I think it's a good title.
Guys, it also contains abbreviation PP. It should not contain.
No,
but it's identified already. It's identified. It's identified. I mean, it's been brackets and it's identified as personal protection equipment. So
it is specific because there is a sector given. Sector is
I would
also
go with the I would go with specific. Yes.
Yes.
Guys, you agree? Moving on.
Yeah, we agree. Move on.
Okay. The impact of movement of business model approach to agile and innovative entrepreneurship on the productivity. And it's
and is there, so we can go next to select generic.
Yeah, generic.
The investigation and analysis of managed care
Generic.
utilization. Okay, I will not
Yeah.
read it.
Yeah, exactly, because it already has a end in the beginning. Yeah.
Impact of factors related to food process wastage or environment.
Mm? Mm-mm.
Well, okay, I
No,
think
this is specific.
Yeah.
It's specific. Investigation and analysis is one and the same. It's not. These are not investigation analysis. These are not variables.
Yes. Yeah, I think
No, investigations and analysis could be two different things. Because you could analyze something, but an investigation you have to do like sort of tests.
I think
I'm
he's right.
talking in like in a medical way.
The investigation analysis is we can consider that and we don't need to consider, I think.
Because you just manage the care utilization in healthcare business.
Yes, and Botswana is given specific location also.
We're talking about 13, yeah? The investigation and analysis. It could be
Yes,
two
yes.
different things.
Investigation and analysis.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. In that sense, okay.
That's generic. So yeah, I think it's very clear now.
Okay, let's move on.
Next.
Impact of factors related to food process wastage on the environment and exploratory analysis of selected food companies in Mauritius. I think this is specific.
Specific.
Read. Go on.
Impact of factors. He didn't like specify a factor. Exploratory analysis selected.
Food process wastage.
Yeah, but I'm not sure. Like which factor? Impact of factors related to food process.
Actually,
It doesn't make sense.
It is talking about the food industry. So sector is there and the location is also there.
Okay, if you guys agree, let's move on. I find the sentence kind of weird. Like impact of factors related to food process.
But there must be two variables, right?
You guys could move on. Okay, let's move on to 15. If you guys agree, it's specific.
Okay. An analysis of project selection criteria used by banks in the Maldives to drive strategic prioritization. So
Specific.
Yes, specific.
Yeah.
it's a good type. Okay. Something disappear. Strategic integration of LED technology. This is خلاص. This is they have abbreviation, right? In the corporate sustainability. The business management perspective in Qatar.
Yes. Specific, right?
As an abbreviation, is that okay?
Is it LED?
Yeah.
LED technology.
But isn't that the name of the technology? I'm not sure.
Light emitting diodes. I think it should.
Market specific, we will see.
Okay.
I think we should do it generic.
Let's make mistakes, no problem.
Okay, no worries.
Because it's a mainstream. The LED technology is a mainstream. It's not. It's not proprietary.
Okay, let's move on.
The role of goal setting motivation strategies in enhancing staff retention in Saudi Aramco.
Specific.
It's very good title.
That's specific. Yeah.
Exploring consumer preferences towards takaful versus conventional insurance in Maldives.
These are two things towards takaful versus conventional. So could we do that?
It's not in adults.
No need because it's more. There is coming.
Okay, then it's specific, yeah?
No.
Generic?
Generic. Exploring consumer preferences towards takaful
versus conventional insurance. But it's like I know that it's like two different stuff, but it's like one comparison. That's what I mean.
It's
Whatever you guys
like
want.
specific, right? They are
I think
going
it's
to.
specific, yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
for
let's go
Maldives,
specific.
right?
Yeah. This wasn't our point, but okay. Do it specific.
Okay, so we have two more. Strategic AI integration in HRBP practices to enhance employee experience in the UAE, aerotech, MRO sector. There's a lot of abbreviation there.
Do it generic.
It's generic, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys agree?
Yep.
The last one, evaluating the effectiveness of data privacy regulation on smart city initiatives in Toronto. Wow, fancy.
Specific.
Specific.
So it's finished now, I think. 20.
Yeah, we're done now, yes.
Is there any other option? Only two options we have, right? Generic and specific.
Yes,
Yeah.
only 2 options.
Okay. Thank you. So
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Should we write to her something that we finished?
I think, yeah. We can.
Welcome back, guys. How was the activity?
Lots of fun.
It was good.
Good interactive, yeah.
What is your common reflection on it? As in, what did you guys observe? What did you observe overall?
One location, 2 different sectors.
I think it's not a simple task. It's complicated.
Absolutely. Very, very correct observation. You know, the most simplest title are very efficient. Now, when you guys are conducting a research topic and constructing a title, remember at the end of your entire dissertation, okay? At the end of the entire dissertation, you are going to be graduating. And in the graduation, there are going to be 2 awards. One is best dissertation. Okay. One award is given to magna cum laude. Okay. The magna cum laude is usually given to the students who are exceptionally in the entire module. For example, they have all distinctions listed in all the modules. Now, best dissertation is given to a student who's going to get very high scores here overall. Okay. Now, I had students in my supervision who have received these awards. Now, I'll tell you the shortcut. The reason why did they receive the award? Number 1 criteria that they followed is that the research topic is very simple. They do not take it as an utopian element. They do not go on a wild goose chase. They keep the topic very simple. When you have a simple topic, it is understood by people very easily. Maybe 15 to 20 years back, when research was done, it was only meant to be read by other researchers. Right now, when a research is done, it is read by people in the industry. So a commoner has to understand what is your research all about. Now, for that scenario to be fruitful, you have to pick a topic that is very much aligned. Now, I want to get your attention to a couple of titles here. Look at this title. Do you see the amount of variables in there? Detection, prevention, quality management. Yeah,
Yes.
you're not going to have a word count. You're not going to have the word count in your main research to facilitate so much of research. It is good for a doctorate, not for MBA. Now, this is an AI generated title. Okay, guys, I've been working on research topics last 5 years. All your AI generated title is going to have this beautiful element. Can you see? There is a small colon here, semicolon. It is a typical element of an AI generated title. So none of you are going to have it in your title. It's a strict no, no. Let me give you a small idea of an ideal, beautiful title. Now, whatever you see down, in fact, yeah. Can you all see these titles? These are all perfectly done title. See, these titles are specific. The reason is when you look at a title, okay, when you look at a title, you should not ask more questions to understand the title. When you look at a title, you don't need to ask more questions to understand the title. If you are leading yourself to ask more questions of the title, that means your title is generic. For example, when you write a title, do not write HR, finance, okay? These are generic. AI, tools, okay? Now, these are all generic. I'll tell you why. HR is like an umbrella. Under HR, there are smaller functionalities. Finance is an umbrella. Under finance, there is going to be so many smaller, aspects or operations. AI tools. Now, AI tools are not just one. Some of our organizations have a specific AI tool that we use. Some of us, okay, when we use the term AI tools in our title, it is going to be very generic. For example, if you write that in your title and your respondent is reading to it, the respondent, some of them would like to talk about Perplexity as an AI tool. Some of them would like to write off ChatGPT. Some of them would like to write about Copilot. That means all of them have different experience. They're all going to give their own point of view, and your entire research is going to be inconclusive. So when you write something on AI tools, make sure that you are mentioning what tool in specific. Now, there is another word that is very famously used, digital platform. Even this is a generic word. Digital platform means it can be Facebook, it can be Insta, it can be Twitter. So you have to be very, very specific when you are talking about any platform. Okay, everyone clear on it? Okay.
So if we
Now
choose,
yes, please.
sorry, if we had to choose, like, for example, Amazon, can we say digital, commercial,
E-commerce, but you can mention you can mention the organization's name as Amazon.
Okay, cool.
Okay, now guys, all of you start drafting the first title. Now this is not for approval, we're just scribbling right now. Okay, use the input that you have put here. Also reflect on the activity that we have just undertaken and write your titles. Quick. Remember, your title should not be more than 15 words long. Start drafting the title. Just roughly write it. Can I have your attention for a minute, guys? Everyone? Give me a moment, okay?
Yes.
Just see this, okay? I just want to show you something. Now, there is a format of making a title very, very, what do you call it as attractive? Can you all see the starting of these titles? The impact, exploring, the relationship, investigating, understanding, impact. Can you see the beginning of the title? Now, using something like that is going to increase the engagement of your title. So I'll just place it here for you all to refer to. There's so many sites that is going to give you an idea of how a nice, engaging title should be. Okay, I just placed it there for you all to refer to. So when you're writing your title, just get in that part as well. So go ahead, start typing. Is this
Should
not
we
useful?
write something random, or like something weird that we're actually gonna write about?
Will random help you with your research? No, be very specific. Your focus should be refining to a title that you will be working on in the near future. Okay, so don't write anything that is random. It's your time. Your time is very important. Write what is what is specific to the input that you have made here. Column C to G. Write a title with the content that you have typed in from column C to G.
I've just added mine.
Nice, nice. Please type. I'm not approving anything today. This is just a trial run. Please update all your titles. If you find that your title is asking or, is leading to asking more questions, make it refined.
Is it okay if I will be making this title as a final title?
Your call. I didn't approve anything as yet, but please type it here. I've not gotten a chance to look at it. I'll only be looking at it next class.
All right, all right.
Please type it here. Everyone, please put your title. This is just the first draft, guys. I will only approve your third draft. So please write whatever you think should be the title. Very good. I see that all of you are honestly writing the title. It's such... Okay. And here, I can give you an idea of certain titles that is here. See some of the good titles. See how simple it is. These are all approved titles, see? It's very simple.
Doctor, is there a minimum number of words for the title?
Yeah, 12 to 15.
So 12 is the minimum.
15 is the 12 is the minimum. Yeah, don't go below that.
Thank you.
Don't keep your title very, very concise, guys. No. Those of you who could not write anything in the document, it's okay. You guys can write it in the next 2 days. We have in the next class on Friday. Do not write "and" in your title. If you have written "and," delete. Wow, very good, very good. Do not write a generic word like AI. No, you have to write the location, you have to write the sector. Do not write AI as such. you have to mention the location or the title is a reject. Yeah, I'm sharing the link. Do not write anything that is generic, okay? If you write words like ESG, ESG is very generic. What particular aspect of ESG you should look at? Very nice. I can see that some of them are good to approve.
What about SME? If you're saying small to medium enterprises?
Yeah,
This
SME
generic?
can be, yeah, SME can be written as shortcut.
Okay.
Certain abbreviations are okay, but it is preferred that you write it completely in the title. Usually they don't prefer. Okay, now if you use a word like safety culture, there are so many aspects of safety culture. What particular aspect are you looking at? Safety culture is a very vague word. Okay, car repair service, no, again very vague. Be very specific. Very nice. Some of you have very good title. Location, if you do not have a location, it's a reject. Okay. Do not write change models. There are so many change models. You have to pick one.
I was thinking of reviewing them all and picking one to drive.
Perfect. Yeah, please do. Please do. You have some time to think on it. But I can see some titles are really good.
Can we specify with the UAE as well as the city?
Yeah, you can. Do it. Do it. Write whatever comes to your mind. I'll teach you how to refine it later.
Okay, mine is a number 48. Does it make sense?
I'm so sorry. What?
Mine is not line 48. Does it make
No,
sense?
I'm not approving. I'm not approving. Don't start off. It's a chain reaction. I tell students not to talk about rows. Once you do that, there's going to be 20, 30 of them in the, no. I'll approve.
Okay,
I will approve. It's my duty to approve it before the class number 4. Okay. Now, let's all get your attention. Guys, stop writing. The time is up for the class. How do you feel right now?
Excited.
Much better, to be honest.
What do you think?
I think we just want to get it done.
Perfect. How many of you thought I was a bully in the first 20 minutes of the class?
No comments.
Oh my God, that is an honest answer.
Many.
No, that was very, very insightful. Thank you so much, Ms. Registry.
Guys, if I don't take that approach, if I do not establish dominance in the first 20 minutes, we would have not landed with the title right now.
Absolutely.
If I'm going to be gullible, if I'm going to be gullible and nice, which I am, we are not going to go anywhere with learning. Okay, so henceforth, I'm going to be quite, yes, please.
I just want to find out. So you were saying at the 4th class, you let us know what is approved. Is it not too late?
No. 2nd, 3rd class, from next class onwards. I would not be approving a title when it is still in a construction phase. It's waste of my energy and yours.
Yeah, because sometimes you might just focus too much on the title, but it's probably totally wrong, You
have some time. Okay, now listen to me, guys, everyone. This is your project. All of you have drafted your title, great. Now I want you to take the title from the Excel sheet, write it somewhere and think on it until Friday. Think on the lines of, do your respondents coherently understand what your title is all about? Is the title very clear? Is the title simple? Do all my respondents understand the title the way I have thought in my mind? Guys, when I write a title as a researcher, I have a crystal clear idea what the research is all about. But a third party or a second party, whoever is reading your research, do not come from your understanding. So remember, there is a flaw there with reference to understanding. Now, this is why a clear and a simple title always takes the cake. Okay? Sujit, I don't want you to be honest right now. It's okay. I get the message. Okay? It's all for your good. Thank you guys for your time. Really appreciate. And yes, you guys are doing great. This is the first time that, I have had students who are typing in titles which did not put me to a questionable place with reference to my teaching skills. So I'm glad. Next class, you guys are going to evaluate the titles that your colleagues have drafted. You are going to give feedback to each other to get it refined. Okay, so thank you for a great start. Let's start off, it's my duty to ensure that you guys are going to fall in love with your topics, with research as well. Okay,
Thank you.
rest assured, you all should have a good sleep. Good night. Take care.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Most welcome, guys. Take care.
Thank you. Good night.
Thank
Hi,
you so
ma'am. I
much.
asked
Thank
a
you.
question, but you didn't respond.
Yes. How may I help you?
I had asked a question. You said that you cannot use "and," but I have the "and" for health and safety. Do I use it there, or do I have to take that out?
Health and safety is a term by itself. It's a taxonomy. You can't edit it out. So you can use "and" there. When I say "and," I'm referring to the variables and not the sector.
So I had my original one was the influence of health and safety on the organizational culture and employees' retention. So
That "and" is not allowed. You can't have too many variables.
Okay, that's why I wanted for clarity. Okay, thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. Take care. Good night, guys.